Welcome to my video on the construction of my 7 meter 23 foot Sharpie base design. In this video I'm building the decks.
To be honest, it's hard to know where to start.
So I'm starting with the temporary gunnels made out of 2 strips of pine, and here I'm making the scarves for the joins. This is pretty much how I join all my long lengths. It works really well for me. Another really satisfying part of the job, getting rid of the support structure for when I built the hull upside down. I still can't believe how light this New Zealand grown redwood is. I shouldn't have had to do this trimming of the temporary frames, but even though the timber was close to being fully seasoned, when I built the top sides, they still shrunk a bit over the hot summer. Here I'm ripping some new planks at 19mm for 17mm deck planks.
It's day 3 of planking the decks. I've got some more strips prepared so I can put a good day in. They just have to go through the thicknesser after I've cleaned up the scarf joints. They're still quite long ones. As you can see, I've got 3 planks on per side. I'm hoping to get on two per side today, so I'll have to use the fast hardener. The slow hardener just takes too long to go off in this weather. I've got a temporary gunnel on made of 2 strips of pine, which is going to keep the gunnel fair when I take the temporary frames out to glass the inside. I've let these deck planks straighten out towards the ends. I was going to keep them parallel to the gunnel. It would have looked nice, but it was quite hard to bend the ends, and it would have made putting the inside strips on more difficult. The other difference I'm doing with the planking of the deck is after a friend highly recommended not using glue, which I've talked about in previous videos, to join the planks. He said he tested with cedar using fairing compound, and when he tested, the glue line didn't break, the fairing, it broke on the timber broke. So it's going to make it a lot easier to sand the joints and wherever glue comes through, because it's not going to be probably much harder than the timber itself. So I think that's a great idea, because the strength is all in the skins, and with this type of construction with Paulownia, the timber is basically just a core with some advantages. And how do you get the glue in the bag? This is how I do it. In this case, it's not glue, actually, it's fairing compound,
which I'm using for glue.
Then I just cut a little hole in the corner of the bag and we're good to go.
quite a satisfying part of the job. I'm about to pull out this transom temporary frame. A little bit of a problem, but we'll work it out. This is where I'm up to with the foredeck. It's getting there. Just have to put a few more planks down the middle here. It's finished down aft. The plan is to fair up a little bit the deck and then remove it after I've marked on the inside where the top of the top side is, and then trim it off, put it on the bench, and glass underneath it, both sides. There's two separate sides with a join down here, and then put it back on the boat, glue it on the top of the top sides, and then I can remove the temporary gunnels. The foredeck, I have to start making some firm decisions about the rig, because if it's a schooner rig, the foremast will be about 500 from the bow over here. If it's a single mast, it'll be just in front of the a bulkhead, which is going here 1.5 meters from the bow, and it'll be on a tabernacle, and it'll swing up through the anchor locker here. I've lifted off the starboard side and laid it on my bench upside down. I'm about to trim it, and then I'll fill it and I'll glass it, and then I'll put it back on the boat, gluing it to the edge, which will be revealed of the top sides. I'll glue it to that edge. Pre-glassing the underside of the decks is going to work out well. This is just a single layer of 400 gram double bias with an extra coat of resin on the top. Before the deck goes on, there's a few things that are easier to do before the foredeck goes on. So yesterday, which turned into quite a mission, I did this glassing. Got the peel ply on. I was hoping to do both sides, but yeah, it's no good standing in resin. So yeah, that'll be my mission this afternoon when it cools down a bit, to do the starboard side. That's it for this video. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching. It's become very apparent, probably to you, certainly to me, that to put the decks on, I need to work out and build things like the prod support system, the tube, the fitting of the tube to the boat, which will be under the deck, the tabernacle system for the mast. Yes, I've decided to go for a single mast. That came down to this being an electric boat. I wanted the solar panel down aft not to be covered by a boom, and also being a short-handed boat a lot of the time, I imagine, I want the main sheet right in front of me, so the boat will be as simple to sail, hopefully, as a laser. So the next video will be about the prod, which doubles as a prod for something like a code 0 if I need it, and also for the anchor support system to keep it away from the plumb stem.